it's very hard to expect that anyone else but you is the creator, the creative in the partnership. So, seeing this up against a lunar event of which we did not create, and we will never be that magnificent, that the creative might need to think always that you do not have to be the creator of everything. The color, the branding, the promotion, the words on the page, and the full intention, the face of the actual, embodiment. And, they just want to comment about your eyebrows or something. And it just your whole day just go "Whoop," it just becomes like this what would in my world what's called a flaccid reality. You're just like, you got to be kidding me. I'm on top of the world right now. I am so there with it for me. And what happens, that one badass in your life, and how much they don't care, and how you have to make it be where you don't care either. So that was yesterday. Today it's more, I thought that we would make sure that this goes beyond having a task list or a bullet list of all the things that we have to do, but it has to do with making sure that you stay on it for you. Hello, my crazies. How is everybody doing? Let's give ourselves a thumbs up, everyone, and welcome back, YouTube. Crazy. Never thought I would do it, but this is so worth it. Truly is. It is so well worth it for me to come back on and share what I'm learning and share about what I am doing these days. So let me clean up my window a little bit and welcome you to Hazelcroft Littles on Etsy with Beauty Bubble. Or it'll be something like that. I don't know exactly. And today we're going to walk through a new feature over at StreamYard. You can have any one little thing come in your way of taking that next step. It is so odd, especially for creatives, that I know that you've thought in the back of your mind, wow, what if this was to really work for me? How different my life would be if this was really to manifest itself into something that the CEO spoke of many years ago. And that is being able to earn an income to feed and fuel your family. And the amount of joy that comes out of that from the creative, that they are actually able to do that as if it's some sort of a surprise. This is not a great morning to have. And I do believe that a CEO that comes from some sort of inner strength and experience in their life deserves at least acknowledgement and understanding. This is how I feel about it. So that's the reality here. This is no matter what your shop is doing today, being that it is a publicly traded company, you want the stock to be healthy. You want to be able to see this trough of horror figure its way out. Maybe it does have to go to these superior lows that is sub 40 before we see a flattening and then a rise back up. You do not want to see this stock return to pre pandemic levels that are sub $10. You do not want that to happen. Yo, yo, yo to the yo, yo, yo. Phew. Well, that was complex. Shall I count the tabs? My goodness. All right, let me get my wits about me that I would actually be live. Anyway, hi guys. I am live and we are live together. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. We are live on YouTube. Hi to the YouTube people. I lost a subscriber today. I'm sad. But I did get some chrysanthemum animations over on one of my shorts, so that kind of maybe made up for it. I don't know. We are live on Twitch. Can you believe it? Live on Twitch right now. And my old Stream Elements bot is still running the show over there. So I had to apologize all about that over there. Beauty Bubble TV. Thank you very much. But StreamYard, right? Talk about reign supreme. Just set it up, hit the destination. I mean, it's just something else. So thank you very much for that to happen, and also for Twitch to be around with all the scare tactics out there. And then we are live on X, where I live. It's where my people are. Oh man. And I don't know if I should add the book or not. I don't know if I should, but I could if I wanted to. So there's the opener. Sorry for the nerves. This is probably the most what is it called? It's not aggressive. I'm really searching. I'm really reaching to see if this will work. But the content is actually pretty cool. So let me kind of set it up for you guys. We'll start off with the StreamYard part of this so that you kind of understand. So StreamYard, a few couple-ish weeks ago, came out with its AI thumbnail creator. And because I usually go live on X, it's not important for me to do thumbnails. But I got it as part of the whole wacka-noodle that I am. Back in November, I had made a decision for myself that I really wanted to start working more with my hands and get out of the digital space a little bit. And so I talked about it and thought, what could I do? And you guys probably know that I have this sticker fetish. And I don't even buy stickers, but I have an absolute fascination with sticker shops and people that run sticker shops, and that got me hearing more and more about Etsy, Shopify. Don't do that. Do Etsy. Don't do Etsy. Do Shopify and all this. So I knew that I wanted to kind of carry on, looked into getting a Cricut. That quickly became a no. And Quiet said, you know what? Why don't you try laser engraving? So, just so you guys know, I have to admit, I put it a little bit out there. I have a laser engraver, and I've kind of focused in on a little product line, and so I've been working on that. And then, of course, the Super Bowl happened, and all of this, talk and chatter started coming out about that Etsy was going to be running a Super Bowl ad, and I was like, please don't, because it's going to be like every other interest that I have. That I would rather just have it stay quiet and small and just between, me and a few people and all of that. So anyway, Etsy decides it'll put an ad up on the Super Bowl, and it was all about this thing called gift mode. And YouTube, the gurus on YouTube went so crazy. I was like, oh man, you people, you gurus of the internet, you do not know what you're talking about. You really don't. So here I am. I've decided I'm going to open up a shop on Etsy. I have my product line. Etsy decides to do the ad on the on the Super Bowl. I don't even know what it's called, but you have an ad on the ad on the Super Bowl, right? Of course, the stock, right, is just I'm just oh people because the legacy names after having done Bitcoin for so long, the legacy names are just kind of like cheesecake, for me. And or what are they called? Puffy puffs or whatever. It's like it's so easy for me to read. I just need to. Obviously, there's tons of things that I need to learn about the company, but I decided that I would focus on the CEO. And I wanted to only be in alignment with the CEO, Josh Silverman. I think it's very important if you are going to venture into something that you go ahead and you align yourself with the people that have their neck right there. It may not appear to you, you YouTube gurus of Etsy, that it is very important that you support your CEO, that you support the board as even as far down the, let's say, the food chain that I will be, because there are multi-million dollar sellers, there are many million-dollar sellers, there are people from all over the world, every kind of category in this and that and the other. So I am so far down the food chain, but as you guys know, um, that sometimes you just have to be patient. And you don't do it by missing one bit, one moment without knowing the fullness of something. So, guess what? We're studying gift mode. Now, next step of this gift mode. Okay, so it's AI. You go into Etsy, you want to shop, you kind of walk through this little, hill and dale over trying to find the right and the perfect gift. And in their wisdom, they created over 200 personas. So while we're kind of messing around with my story, remember that we're a storyteller. I don't even if I right now, like I can't focus on storytelling. Actually, I'm going to keep going through it, but I can't focus on storytelling exactly. But I do need to get the words out so that the algorithm will hear me and then, do something about it. So let me see what's going on with our viewership. Now, I did learn something. We're going to just take a little break here. What I did learn about X is that I really have to quote and make a comment And let's see here. What do we want to say to X? X. What do you want me to say? What do you want to say? Oh my. Okay, there's Stream Elements going crazy. Um, Beauty Bubble now. Da 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 da. Lardy darn dar. That's over on Twitch. So what do you? I need to say something to you guys over on X. That's smart. Okay, so how about this? Are you someone who has a are you someone who needs to shop for a noodle obsessed friend? Take a listen as we discover how to shop for them. Okay. Oh, there we go. How to shop for them and post. I think what happens over at X is that you actually earn some points if you get a I go ahead and I like my own posts. I don't give enough about all of that bunch of trolls. And then I go to the repost and quote. So I think that doubling up allows maybe the timeline to do something. So I'm going to keep checking it out. It makes the timeline look very spammy, but I think that has something to do with the way that the thumbnail comes out too. I'll have to think about that. All right, then we want to check on how YouTube is doing, and we're good there. Hi, YouTube. And go back over to Twitch. And that's kind of funny. Twitch had I wonder how delayed is Twitch, guys? They still had my banner up. Okay, so let's keep going with the story. So these 200 plus personas, and they are many, many different personas, and we have been covering a few of them this past 5-6 days. And today, only because you're so lucky, today I landed on, I should put them on a randomizer so you guys know that, I'm not like tomorrow one of my noodle companies isn't going to be going public or something. But today I picked uh, the obsessed noodle persona. Okay, I know it's a real persona, and we are going to build the thumbnail for that persona through the StreamYard AI thumbnail creator. But I don't know how much of this noodle obsessed person that you want to learn about, but there are some things that I need to kind of put out on the record, which I'm going to do right now. Etsy, on their landing page, here, why don't I just do this and then so you guys can see, and then I can post who the cover girl is. And how do I want to do that? We want to present, screen share, and go to Etsy. Take the volume off. I'm going to leave my volume on because I've been really messing up putting myself on mute. Okay, we want to view the tab on screen on there we go. And let me get rid of the background because you guys don't need to be bothered with that so much. Let me take that off, hide that. Okay, so there's the Noodle Obsessed. And up in the upper right hand side, what I'm calling the cover girl of the banner here, the cover girl, they do not put a hover link on these what I would consider high ticket real estate here. If you are a seller, if you have a shop, if you have a shop on Etsy, this is where you want to be, people. This is where you want to be. Let me bring this down so I can do this is where you want to be, right up in here. Okay. So I found the shop owner. I know you're going to be so happy for me. Before we get to the shop owner, let me go through and give you these subcategories, or I think that they're calling them action groups. I went into um, the code, and I was really looking for the tags. And I scrolled around and I didn't really know what they were calling these, but right now we're going to call them action groups. So the first action group that you would go through if you are a shopper for the Noodle Obsessed, you can go to ramen mystery boxes. We're going to keep going. Whimsical ramen bowl sets. This is the first time I'm looking at this seriously now. Ramen noodle art prints. Ramen noodle art prints. And there are more. Bowls and chopsticks. Our cover girl is not in this group, by the way. Ramen noodle enamel pins. I don't know if you could make a decision, honestly. The price points you guys can see are pretty much all over the place. And then here we go to these, what also are called action groups. Do they have a favorite place? And it gives you all of these, other ways of shopping for the gift for the Noodle Obsessed. How do they find their happy place? I don't. Okay. So you guys kind of get it? Do you get it now? Do you get it? How they're doing this? And I have to figure out, because the Noodle Obsessed is a persona, does my product fit in? Is this a good niche to be in? Where would I go? This is as a shop owner. How do so many questions, right, that I hope to be able to answer. And I figured that if I can hold on for a couple of years, I will basically be, um, the mother goose of the 200 plus personas. I should know well enough how to sell on Etsy. So that is where we are at. And this is just one of the personas. And you'll notice that these are all personas. These are actually personas. I'm not coming up with that word persona at all. So let's go ahead and stop sharing. And this is when I need to check on my audio. So let me go back over to YouTube and check the audio real fast. I did something kind of stupid, but yeah, we're good. We're good. So then let me show you the cover girl. So happy to find this company. And it took a little bit of a roundabout. Wasn't that easy, but I did find them. So let's go ahead and we want to present, and we're going to present the two large ceramic ramen bowl. Okay, we'll go there and share that. So as you can see, this is not the exact. Um, let me walk you through this, okay? We know that this is the cover girl because they are an Etsy pick. And I know that it's the cover girl because Ronit Yam Pottery was the photographer in a blog that had the original photograph, something that was just ever so slightly modified. And that's how I found them. I came back over to Etsy. I looked their shop name up, and it didn't take long to locate them. But I did go through a few things, such as ramen photography. I did, of course, the obsessed noodle, thinking that maybe it would be somehow stuffed into the Google images that way. But the point being is that the site itself and so many of the gurus are selling on this SEO. attack. And this is how you're going to, be able to get sales. So far, I don't know the size of their department. I don't know what kind of deep links. I don't know any of that. I don't even know the vernacular around these kinds of promises that if you get the, long tail hashtags and your keywords are right on and your description, all the descriptions, by the way, of every single Etsy pick are all, these are all keyword stuffed here, every single one of them. But in learning, I'm seeing that the guru has been really overselling the power of Etsy SEO. Now, when you go to Google Images and it is an Etsy product, or you go to Etsy and you're looking for this, you do get many shop owners. But there are millions. I've been studying the numbers, so I'm not going to give the numbers out today because I've got a couple of really cool sites that I've been visiting that share the numbers, and then we have an upcoming earnings call as well. But the the sheer number and volume of activity that Etsy gets is mind blowing. You should really be able to find anything of Etsy's. I should be able to take any of these photographs, any of these images, and find them so immediately in the Google Images, but I did not. And it's a little harder to find. And that part, I'd love to really have or be spoken to seriously about what's up with that. Even though I'm clearly not an expert at it, I just know that there's somehow a disconnect there. But anyway, here is Ronit Yam Pottery. This gorgeous, two bowls. They're showing three bowls, but two bowls are $98. They're low in stock, only 8 left, etc. Let me go ahead and go over to the actual um, site, and you're going to see how beautiful it is. Let me go into their actual Ronit Yam Pottery, and it's on a carousel. All the photography is beautiful. 5-star seller, 1,216 sales, speedy replies, great reviews, and another thing here that a lot of the gurus are telling you that you have to have 100 items or more. This shop is a cover girl now in this persona. It's a high, I think it's a high value. The shop is of high value, but they have 243 items. They don't have 900 items. I've been told that I better come out and do 100 items. I don't have to do 100 items. There are shops that have been in the system that are being considered elite with 243 items. And all of them have been like this too. These are modestly skewed. The SKUs on this is, if this was a real shop, this is very modest for what they do to have 243 SKUs. Like, that's completely doable. And so that is something that I'm going to be looking into without getting too deep and too bassy with my voice. And it's because it's not very fun to talk about the uncovering of things, because it's not a treasure that I would know these things yet. I haven't been able to kind of, flip that switch off, because I'm not really treasure hunting. I'm just trying to I'm just really trying to understand the site, the relevancy of the shoppers, and the heightened um, association that Etsy has with the being, being number one in the gift niche. So that's where we are with the Roni. So stop sharing, and we're going to get to the building of the thumbnail, you guys, if you're still around. If you are still around, we are going to build this thumbnail here. All right, let's go loop-de-loop around to make sure that everybody's good. Yep, Twitch is running. Twitch is going. Okay, we're okay there. And we're okay on X. Thank you, Elon, so much. We have a little bit of viewership over on X. I think probably you guys are holding it down for me, so thank you. Yeah, definitely nothing over at YouTube. Nothing, 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 nothing. Not a thing. This is the part I have to be able to crack. Do you know that, guys? What in the world am I going to do? I've got, I'm looking at the lineup here, you know? I don't know. What am I going to do? It's one of those things, YouTube. It's so, what do you want to call, like, elusive? It's so elusive. So hard to crack in, crack up. Doesn't matter how long you've been. It's just absolutely so hard to do. I don't think that we're even on the front page. I'm pretty sure we're not. I should do an incognito window. Yeah, we are so far down. And if I was to even just do Etsy, let me just do Etsy, see if any of the other go Etsy live. Yeah, there are people that have just used the word Etsy, and we're not even on here. Oh, there we are. I found us. We're right above a tarot card reader and below a documentary on St. Francis of Assisi. One day I'll tell you about my road trip to St. Francis of Assisi. Actually, my road trip to Assisi, and then I went to go visit where St. Francis lived. Okay, so that we are on YouTube, but we're so far down and just have to move on. That's all we have to do. We got to be okay with it. There's nothing we can do. All right, let's get going. Let's do this. Okay, so the first things first, we're going to open up a StreamYard studio window. I'll go live with it in just a second to present it. And so that you guys can see how this is all done. It's very exciting. And bring hymns up. And I can either hide this. It's kind of weird if it's all black though, don't you guys think? How do you want to see it? See, I didn't create a background that is suitable here. How do you guys want to see it? Are you guys cool with that background? Maybe I'll change it next time. Okay, so we want to make this nice and big so you guys can see. This is my studio here with StreamYard. And anybody that goes into here, the very first thing that you're faced with is streams and recordings, your upcomings, your past to create, and then of course down below here are your actual ones that are live, and it will tell you that you're live, where you're live, the name of your event, when you created the event, when it was scheduled. As you can see, I created at 6:24, scheduled for 6:55. And therefore, there you go on that. But we're going to start from the very beginning here because this is an event that's happening right now. And we are going to go into create. We are going to create a live stream. Just for simplicity, we will select the destination to be YouTube. And what I do is, for simplicity, I simply put a period marker in both of the title and the description because I can fill those out later. You schedule it for later, and what we do, of course, is we make it for tomorrow because we're creating a thumbnail for an event tomorrow, which would be Tuesday the 9th at 9. 55 a.m. That's when we go live every day. And then you get down here into the thumbnail section and it will go. Let's make sure you guys can see this. You good to go on there? Yeah. So we can upload a thumbnail that has been created and already in our art files, or we can create with AI. Create with AI. Don't drop down to create live stream. That'll kick you out of all of this. You have this opportunity here, kind of once in a lifetime opportunity to create with AI. And there we go. It brings you into that Dodger blue with the period marker there. And I just add 3 as I'm doing these demos. I just add 3 so that you can see that that's where the title would go. You can assign a time and date, and that's always good just to remind yourself. If you don't want to put it on your show card, on your thumbnail, you don't have to. And then there are these 6 layouts. Some are text-based, 2 of them are text-based only, and the other ones are all about how many pictures of you and your guests. And these can be pictures, logos, inanimate objects. It can be what have you. And I'm still working on how big they can be and all of that. But what's happening with them now is just really something else. So we'll go with the max of the 2 people layout down below. Of course, I have my Marilyn. So we plunk her in. And there's Marilyn right there. And even at that, if you're just working on a thumbnail, a title is required, but you could actually take a screenshot if you were sharing it with the team or etc. So you don't have to necessarily have the title be showing there just yet. So that's a max layout of 2 people. I'm going to just scrub through the other 2 so you can see. And before I do that, let's make sure you understand about the color. So in this case, because I was building a thumbnail for the Noodle Obsessed, which is our story tomorrow for the Noodle Obsessed, where we're going to actually go through all the things that I just went through a little bit earlier with you guys, is that we go and I get a color picker, or actually let me bring up this guy here. Okay, so we'll do this a little differently. I'm going to grab a color picker and we're going to go for maybe a brown. I love browns, if you didn't know. And we'll go ahead and change the hex code. And there is our brown. And so that's basically what we've decided to do. And the AI will take care of the complements and split tertiaries and that so forth when I show you in just a moment. If you do plunk out, don't worry about it. Simply go back, scroll down, go to create with AI, and that'll save it right there. So the next one is the max of 2 people, but it just changes everything. Your title is on the left and all your people are on the right. And you're going to see that the background has been removed on the ramen noodle, but I didn't crop out that little bit that was left from my screenshot. So what I'll do is we're just going to switch places with Marilyn, which we can do, and that'll kind of push that over to the right, and we should be good there. And remember, this is a 2 image thumbnail. Next one is text only. And then this gives you an idea of really where that brown sits. If you were unhappy with that brown, you could go back in, but it's obvious that it's kind of a orange, red, brown, more of a rust color. So if you're not happy with that, and at this point, you should probably have a free mind towards the colors that you're going to choose. The next layout is your max of 4 people. You'll notice that the AI already is now starting to dictate how that will look. And this wave print is actually, as a matter of fact, I will show you what that looks like in gray. And let me hide this. And this will be an overlay, but so that you can see that is the wave pattern that you get in the back. And as I go across, there'll be an orb and there will be a ribbon, which I don't have the bear one on here. It's for the show card. Okay, so we are looking at the, that's still an overlay, right? We're looking at the wave pattern, and you can see that StreamYard has made the decision to go green. So it's looking at basically this brown is an orange, and so it's going to the opposite of the color wheel, I believe. It may be offset by a certain number of degrees, but you could always color pick this out and start to reinforce, whether it's with your logos. You could start to model that and maybe make the emphasis happen there by choosing those colors and just plunking them in your settings. The next one is your maximum of 2 people. This once again, it's taken the brown, and you can see, and it's done its trick on the color and given you this blue. And then the text only is this ribbon. And once again, a lot of people are using the ribbon. I think that they really like it. And something that I've been doing is going ahead and grabbing a screenshot of it so that I have it in my files. And I can use this at will um, on my overlays or backgrounds if I want to. Because it's very pretty. I'm not going to sit down and do it on my own. I'm not going to go over to my um, my Procreate and spend time doing anything of this sort. Some people, they're very clever at it and they can just go in and do, but um, I just, it's right there. The ribbon is right there. I can create any number of thousands of colors, and I can even rotate it and modify it my own over at Procreate if I wanted to. So let's go back to the first one. This is basically the um, where everyone kind of starts, and then it's a matter of, what we want to do. The max of 4 people. I think the green is kind of fun. We know that Marilyn is rather inappropriate, so Marilyn, we're going to have to let you go, friend. And then maybe we'll put the Etsy logo up and hit the outline. Everything can become outlined. And then what I do is I go over to my AI to arrive at a good title. And there's a few that I can use. Tonight, we used This Ramen Will Hack, will change your noodle game forever, the ultimate noodle showdown, around the world in noodles. I think around the world in noodles sounds kind of fun. So let's do that. We're going to go on a noodle adventure together and plunk that down here. Go over here, and then this is the noodle around the world in noodles. A delicious around the world in noodles, a delicious noodle adventure. Okay, I think a delicious Etsy noodle adventure. Around the world in noodles. That's 2 noodles, all right? Around the world in noodles, a delicious Etsy noodle adventure. Well, we'll just stay with it. Why not? And we want to make sure that we make a copy of this and put it in our banners for the live show right now so that we can use that elsewhere. So let me go over to my banners, make sure that I plunk him in there. And that's what we've decided to do. And show him. All right. And probably change the color up so we have that tomorrow. And we'll change this all to the green. So go back over here, go to here, do a nice color pick there. Grab the hex, come back over to my StreamYard, my branding section up at the way top. And I probably should have saved You know what I needed to do? I need to save the brown because it's still good. All right, we're going to hide this because we're going to put all of the hex codes in here. This is your brown. And let's go here for the green. Just doing it inside of the studio here. And go into green. Those are our hex colors for tomorrow. There we go. Come back up to branding and change that to green. Okay. So there is most of our decisions have been made. You guys followed through, and then I can just double check. If I screwed something up really, really badly, is that really not going to work? Did I make a mistake somehow? Am I better off just simply going with something super simple? Do I need to add a third or fourth person here? Should I go ahead and add Josh? Maybe I will. Go to the max of 2 people, the next one, that's that blue one. And I can shift around the picture slots here. And then there's the text only one. So I think Around the World in Noodles, a delicious Etsy noodle adventure. I don't know. I think that's okay. That's all right. So we'll scroll down. Going to make a decision. We've outlined everybody. We'll double check to see if we don't want to outline. I think maybe we don't outline. Does anybody have anything to say about that? This is your time. You can vote. Leave a message over on any of the streams. The stream on YouTube, I'll give you a few minutes to vote. Let's see what you guys have to say out on Twitter. And I'll just wait for the comments to come through. And on Twitch. So I'll give you a 30-second countdown. One day I'm going to have presents, okay? I'm going to have a giveaway. One day I'm going to have a giveaway, and you guys want to be involved in that giveaway. So if you're being all quiet and sullen, you're just trying to squeeze in a little bit of beauty bubble, you just can't stop listening to me for some reason. There will be a giveaway maybe one day. I have to say big maybe because I don't know. I can ask though. So let's go ahead and put a countdown timer in. I'll give you 30 seconds to respond. Anyone out on the Twitch stream? Come on, Twitch. You guys usually come in and listen up. And of course, anyone out in them thar YouTube streets. Need to hear from you guys, but nothing. So we're going to go ahead and do the countdown timer because I don't know what else to do. Guys are going to have to listen to that. And I will see back, give you 30 seconds, and check back with you in just a moment. Okay. I didn't see any comments come through. So we're going to go ahead and go with this one here. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and hide that. And one last check on the outline. I don't think we need it. Yeah, I don't think we need it. Around the World in Noodles, a delicious Etsy noodle adventure. That's what we got from AI. The whole thing is AI. And we are going to apply. Okay, we have our title and our description is perfectly fine the way that it is because we will go back and we will change those up and make sure that everything is all good. We scroll down, check our date, April 9th. That is tomorrow at 9:55 a.m. If that happens. There's our thumbnail. We are not going to be editing it, but we must download. Download. And this will be thumbnail number 26. And I come right over and we're going to stop the screen here and we're going to present the thumbnail. What did I say, 26? Share the screen and, oh, I'm sorry, you know what I have to do first? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I have to, oh, that's right. I go to brand and we're going to add the background, add a file, and it's going to be number 26. Number 26 download. There we go. And put him, he'll be loaded up in just a moment. And showcase, and that is our thumbnail for tomorrow. Go back to the builder and everything is good. I could do the name of it right now if I wanted to, but I think I'll wait because I'm adding that little daisy to all of my labels. And we're good to go. We are now going to, you guys can see this or no? No, you can't. I'm going to create. And is that a background? Oh, that's a background. Okay, great. So let me present and go back to the Etsy, my StreamYard, and share. And here we are at the very bottom. I can add you to the stage. And we're at the very bottom. We've already downloaded it, and we are going to create live stream. And we're going to wait. And there we go. We are scheduled. We have our period marker there, so we know that we have to work on the actual title, and you'll see thumbnail creation and the whole. Oh, that's for the thumbnail creation. So I don't have enough in my little library here, but that's where we are. We're scheduled to go live on YouTube with that content, and then I'll come back and play around with the. Now, did you guys get to see that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're good. We're good. Stop the screen. That's our thumbnail for tomorrow. It'll go live. It's already in the, would it be in the system? Yeah, it would be over at my YouTube studio. So let's make sure that we're over there and we're good. Come over here, go to the channel, view my channel, go into my studio and go to content, go to live content. And yeah, it's an upcoming piece of content. There we are. We're second in line below, right below the live content, under the live tab inside of the YouTube studio. So we are ready. Yeah, we're good. So that is where we are. And I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes maybe to say hello if you want to. And Stream Elements is working over at Twitch. It's doing all the things. It should probably do a little bit more. It should talk about the books. So it's picking up some things, but it's not picking up everything. Let me see if I can get it to do some more. Here we go. Just want to see if I can just stay with me while I'm over at Twitch to see. Stream Element seems to be stuck in one spot. Took the name of the show, but that's it. Okay, we'll just, it doesn't matter. You guys are cool with it. Okay, let's X out of that. Let me see, make sure that I've got all my banners down. And I think what I'll do is I'll close out with the reels. We know why you guys are looking at the reels, right? I'm doing the reels so that I can learn how to do that 20-second to 1 minute long and see how that works like that. It's a whole other, I don't know how people do it, honestly. I really don't. I suppose if everybody did it really well, then everybody would do it all the time, but there's just so much involved in putting together those reels, jump shots, the music, um, the whole kind of, what does it remind me of? There's a music video that it wasn't Food 52. Da, 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 da. Oh yeah. Um, no, what was I say? Food 52? The B-52s. What was the name of that song, you guys? Um, Let me see. The B-52s song list. Oh man. Oh man, what was the name of that song, guys? Okay, I'll find it and then I'll post it. I'll post it on Twitter. Oh man, what was the name of that song? Okay, I'll find it. Never mind. So what you will be seeing as we go out, thank you so much, everybody, honestly, and you will be watching the reels that have been published. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reels that have been published in 30 seconds. If you want to bow out, please do. And I will just talk to everyone tomorrow. Bye-bye now. It's very hard to expect that anyone else but you is the creator, the creative in the partnership. So, seeing this up against a lunar event of which we did not create, and we will never be that magnificent, that the creative might need to think always that you do not have to be the creator of everything. The color, the branding, the promotion, the words on the page, and the full intention, the face of the actual, embodiment. And, they just want to comment about your eyebrows or something. And it just, your whole day just go, it just becomes like this, what would, in my world, what's called a flaccid reality. You're just like, you got to be kidding me. I'm on top of the world right now. I am so there with it for me. And what happens, that one badass in your life, and how much they don't care, and how you have to make it be where you don't care either. So that was yesterday. Today, it's more, I thought that we would make sure that this goes beyond having a task list or a bullet list of all the things that we have to do. But it has to do with making sure that you stay on it for you. Hello, my crazies. How is everybody doing? Let's give ourselves a thumbs up, everyone, and welcome back, YouTube. Crazy. Never thought I would do it, but this is so worth it. It really is. It is so well worth it for me to come back on and share what I'm learning and share about what I am doing these days. So let me clean up my window a little bit and welcome you to Hazelcroft Littles on Etsy with Beauty Bubble. Or it'll be something like that. I don't know exactly. And today we're going to walk through a new feature over at StreamYard. You can have any one little thing come in your way of taking that next step. It is so odd, especially for creatives, that I know that you thought in the back of your mind, wow, what if this was to really work for me? How different my life would be if this was really to manifest itself into something that the CEO spoke of many years ago. And that is being able to earn an income to feed and fuel your family. And the amount of joy that comes out of that from the creative, that they are actually able to do that as if it's some sort of a surprise. This is not a great morning to have. And I do believe that a CEO that comes from some sort of inner strength and experience in their life deserves um, at least acknowledgement and understanding. This is how I feel about it. So that's the reality here. This is no matter what your shop is doing today, being that it is a publicly traded company, you want the stock to be healthy. You want to be able to see this trough of horror figure its way out. Maybe it does have to go to these superior lows that is sub 40 before we see a flattening and then a rise back up. You do not want to see this stock return to pre pandemic levels that are sub $10. You do not want that to happen.